Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. In this session, we continue to discuss from the verses 25 to 30 of the 16th chapter of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. This is part 2 of the description of these verses. Now we heard how the Supreme Lord is full of wonderful qualities, of which some 40 qualities have been listed by Mother Earth when she was questioned as to the cause for her grief in this Kali Yuga. So people in general lack these good qualities in Kali Yuga, whereas the Supreme Lord and Mother Earth, they always are having good qualities. So here the description is given by Srila Prabhupada in the purport that nobody can estimate how many good qualities the Lord has. So in these verses, 5 verses, 40 of the unlimited number of qualities the Lord has are being enumerated. We'll try to discuss some of them. So before that, it is described in another place in the Bhagavatam. It says in the 40th verse of the 7th chapter of the 2nd canto of Bhagavatam, it is said, who can describe completely the prowess of Vishnu? By asking this question, it is understood that nobody can describe completely the prowess of Vishnu. Even the scientist who might have counted the particles of the atoms of the universe cannot do so. Is it a small thing? For the scientist, the achievement is to have discovered the atom, the tiniest particle of matter. But even if a scientist can count by scientific advancement the particles of atoms in the whole universe, still such a scientist cannot actually estimate how many qualities the Supreme Lord has. Now an example is given here that only in his form as Trivikrama, the Supreme Lord, he moved his leg effortlessly beyond the topmost planet Satyaloka up to the neutral state of the 3 modes of material nature. The Lord, as Vamandeva or Trivikrama, he tricked Bali Maharaj into giving him charity of 3 paces of land. And when he actually wanted to measure 3 paces of land, he said, according to my measurement. So it was agreed that according to this small boy's measurement, it will be awarded. But actually the boy started growing and growing and growing and growing. And he extended his leg, one of his legs, to pierce the coverings of the universe and touch the shell of the universe and make a hole there by which the water from the causal ocean, the spiritual water, started coming to this world. So this is the prowess of Vishnu, one prowess of Vishnu being described here. So actually nobody can estimate how much, how many qualities, wonderful qualities Vishnu has got. And now these 40 qualities mentioned here in these 5 verses, Srila Prabhupada says in the purport, the qualities will be divided into many subheadings. So I'll just read the qualities, and then some of them are elaborated in the purport. We will discuss them in a little more detail. So these 40 qualities that are listed here are to be found completely in the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. The first quality is truthfulness, satyam. Truthfulness is a virtue that is absolutely essential for everyone. Then only we can be free from sinful reactions. Anybody who tells lies, they are punishable by the laws of God, which are always working. So one should not tell lies, one should tell the truth, and that is called truthfulness. People who follow this being truthful, this quality, they are respected in society, they are held in great esteem like that. Truthfulness. Second is cleanliness. Cleanliness means not only external cleanliness, which all of us know. We take a bath, we wash our clothes, we keep our surroundings clean, etc. Not only that external cleanliness, but also internal cleanliness. This is very, very important. Internal cleanliness is cleanliness of the consciousness. And that is possible by the appropriate method of chanting Hare Krishna. We can cleanse the heart by chanting Hare Krishna and by executing pure devotional service. Our heart becomes cleansed. Otherwise, the heart is filled with so many material contamination by our long association with this material nature from time immemorial. So the third quality described here is intolerance of another's unhappiness. It's very interesting. The Sanskrit for that third quality being mentioned in this list is daya. Daya literally means, one of the meanings is kindness. But here specifically daya refers to not able to tolerate another's unhappiness. Intolerance of another's unhappiness. So about this quality, Srila Prabhupada is telling in the purport, quoting Srila Jiva Goswami, one of the previous acharyas. Srila Jiva Goswami says that this quality can be subdivided into 2 subdivisions. The first one is protection of the surrendered souls. And the second one is well wishes for the devotees. Protection of the surrendered souls and well wishes for the devotees are 2 subdivisions of the third quality called intolerance of another's unhappiness. The Lord cannot tolerate our suffering. We are unhappy because of so many sinful reactions that we have to undergo suffering. And the Lord is not happy about it. So, how does He exercise His intolerance? He protects the surrendered souls. He protects the surrendered souls, because of which they don't suffer the reactions in this material world. And second is well wishes for the devotees. Krishna is the topmost well wisher of all the devotees. Actually, Krishna is the well wisher of every living being. But particularly devotees are singled out. Those who are surrendered to Krishna, those who are engaged in serving Krishna through devotion, they are particularly maintained by the Lord in such a way that the Lord acts as their topmost well-wisher. So these two are indicative of the Lord's intolerance towards another's unhappiness. Now Srila Prabhupada explains why is it said protection of the surrendered souls. Why not protect the unsurrendered souls also? Why not protect everybody? Why is the Lord selective about whom He protects? Prabhupada explains elaborately in the purport. Prabhupada says, to understand this, we have to remember, in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord states that He wants every soul to surrender unto Him only. And He assures everyone that if one does so, Krishna will give protection from the reactions of all sins. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. Krishna says, don't fear, don't worry about some sinful reactions from the past. I will free you from all those reactions. You simply surrender to me. You leave it to me. You surrender to me and leave it to me. I will take care. Take care means I will free you from all sinful reactions. Mokshayishyami. So He gives assurance. But there are people who are not surrendered to the Lord in this material world. In fact, majority of people are not surrendered. They don't want to surrender to Krishna. Either because they think themselves independent, or they think God is another ordinary person of this world, or they think that they can compete with God. Even if He is powerful, they can compete with Him. They think God's position as powerful personality, if at all they know something about God, is a relative position. Just like we see people around us, somebody is more powerful than us, somebody is less powerful than us. So they think like that, God may be another more powerful person than me, but I can eventually, by working my way to become more powerful, I can become as powerful as God, or I can become more powerful than Him. So these are all some of the misconceptions because of which people don't surrender to Krishna, don't surrender to God. Then, because they don't surrender and they want to be independent, Krishna does not interfere in their life. And therefore, they are not particularly protected by the Lord. Though in general, Krishna protects everybody. That means, what is this general protection of everyone, even the unsurrendered people? It is that Krishna only provides for them for their maintenance even in the material world. In the material world, in the spiritual world, everywhere Krishna is the only maintainer of everyone else. That's a fact. But His maintenance is different of the devotees and non-devotees. Devotees, Krishna maintains completely, perfectly, in all respects, 100% maintenance. Their all desires are fulfilled. They are completely blissful under shelter of Krishna directly. The living beings in the material world who are not surrendered to Krishna, they are provided for by the Lord according to certain laws of karma. Laws of karma. Because, why the laws of karma? Because they are not surrendered and they have a tendency to exploit others, to lord over others, to ill-treat others, like that. So, they are not provided like the devotees are provided by the Lord. So, this difference exists, and we will discuss in the next session how this difference comes about. We'll discuss in the next session. I'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.